In Nashville, there's more ways to cover a classic.
More ways to savor a high note.
More ways to mix things up.
More ways to move your soul.
So how will you play Music City?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Ryman Auditorium. Y'all feel as lucky as I do to be here tonight? I thought so. So, I'm going to be kind of the rodeo clown here tonight, making sure no one gets hit by a bull or anything. And I thought one way to start the show is to tune the audience, okay? Musicians are all tuned up real nice, trust me. So this is an audience participation thing, and don't worry, you can do this without your neighbor realizing that you're doing it, okay? So everyone hum this note. Mm. If you can get fancy, you can do harmonies if you hear it. Mwah. And so tonight we are one. Now to kick us off, this amazing house band and S.G. Goodman.
There's nothing I can say to make him go away. Oh, true love ain't too hard to see. Oh, true love ain't too hard to see.
Wow. All right. There we are. Is this on? You can hear me anyway, right? Friends, that was S.G. Goodman with a little help from our amazing house band here tonight. Getting us started off strong. Thank you, S.G., for lighting that song up and for reminding us that Neil Young and Crazy Horse released Zuma 50 years ago. Almost as old as me. It wasn't called Americana back then, but it fits right in now, doesn't it? Anyway, we're going to try to keep the tears to an absolute minimum tonight. I already said this, but, you know, howdy, I'm John C. Reilly. When I'm not doing my day job, I do really fun stuff like this. Anyway, welcome to the historic Ryman Auditorium here in the heart of Nashville for the 24th Annual Americana Music Association Honors and Awards. I want to take a moment to say hello out there to the folks streaming this show on NPR's YouTube channel and on the Americana Music Association's Facebook page. And howdy, if you're listening on Sirius XM's Outlaw Country or via Nashville radio stations WRLT, WSM, and WMOT. So an edited version of this show that will make me look even more handsome. Hard to believe, right? It's going to air on PBS during the next season of Austin City Limits. The second best place to hear music, after Nashville, of course. So look for that and tell your friends. In case you're wondering, here's some quick information about how these awards work. Tonight's 6 annual awards were nominated and voted for by members of the Americana Music Association. Work being honored here tonight was released between April 1st, 2024. April 1st, why did they pick that day? Anyway, April 1st, 2024, and March 31st, 2025. An official ballot was sent to artist and industry AMA members in good standing, those who paid their bills, and only those members are allowed to vote. So the awards themselves, no two of them are alike. Like, there are actual works of art by Steph Ratliff in collaboration with the good folks at Gibson. Does that mean they're guitars, actual guitars? I hope so. Throughout the evening, we'll feature performances from several of our award nominees. And up first, we'll hear from an Emerging Act of the Year nominee. Friends, let's hear it for Medium Build.
How y'all doing? Right on time, just like a little showbiz, eh? All right, this is a song about parasocial relationships and falling in love with strangers. I think I got a crush on my drug dealer. He's so cute when he gets high. He don't mind if I stay too long, and always lets me try before I buy. Think I got it bad for my bartender. She's so cool when she makes drinks, and I don't know if it shows that sitting with her is the best I've felt all day. We go on and on and on, looking for someone. We go on and on and on, looking for someone. We go on and on and on, looking for someone. We go on and on and on. Yeah. I think that I'm in love with this songwriter. He says everything I feel, and I just know that we'd be close if our two paths ever got crossed up for real. Yeah. We go on for someone, we go on and on and on. Yeah. Think I got a crush on my drug dealer.
Wow. Medium build, extra passionate. Thank you for that big-hearted song. You guys doing all right? I know. If you want to know what I'm going to say next, just look up behind you, but except this part, this is free-falling right now. We're going to keep the music going. We're going to keep it right on moving. Please welcome to the stage, and she's already here, Noeline Hoffman.
I've got plates for purple gas, about the only break I catch, but I am not the kind of man to blame the dealer on a losing hand. Have a lone star in my eye, the darker the sky, the brighter it shines. Pump Jack Jackson, Baylor Twine, a ton of grit, or maybe it's spite. And if I were to flatland, boy, I'd say I have a hill that I will die upon if the climb don't get me killed. If there were such heights around here for a God to lay his pride, maybe I'd rest before I died if I were to flatland, boy. I hammered down here straight back. World blurs past, tell me how's that? My horizon line static. I guess at least it's a sure bet. Besides, not throw the first fist, but if you take a hit, finish that son of a bitch. In a life, having the upper hand's a myth. Your only fighting chance is too stubborn to quit. And if I were to flatland, boy, dancing pliers. Fargo that turns over fine at 40 below if you cuss it right. A slight thorough sometimes keep a bottle hid with the biomass in. You can know the edge, you can look ahead but can't get there. It goes on forever. Oh, it just goes on forever. You keep your head down, it goes on forever. But I've got plates for purple gas. I've got plates for purple gas. Thank you so much. It's the joy of my life to be here. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Noeline. One more round of applause for Noeline Hoffman, everybody. Nice to be here with you folks. My name is William Prince from the Peguis First Nation, Manitoba, Canada. I'm so happy to be here. And before we get to the first award, I'd love to give a quick shout out to the good folks in my label, Six Shooter Records, who are celebrating their 25th anniversary here at Americana Fest. Congratulations. Congratulations to Shauna, Emily, Helen, and the whole team. Thank you so much, everybody, these incredible women. We have heard and will hear from a lot of world-class performers on the stage this evening, but let's not forget some folks on the stage who often go unsung. Our first award this evening recognizes folks who have put in their 10,000 hours and then some on their instruments. They've reached a level of expertise that makes other musicians seek out their talents because the song just wouldn't be the same without them. They truly make the music sing without saying a word. The nominees for Instrumentalist of the Year are Fred Eltringham, Megan Jane, Alex Hargraves, Caitlin Rates, and Seth Taylor. And the 2025 Instrumentalist of the Year is... I'm super excited. It's my first time ever doing this, so this is really great, everybody. Alex Hargraves.
Wow, this is quite an honor. Thank you so much to the Americana Music Association. Far too many people to thank, but I want to give a special shout out to Billy Strings, Billy Failing, Royal Massat, Jared Walker for being my brothers out there on the road, Morgan Davison, whose love and support is what keeps me going, my family, in particular, my sister Tatiana, who's one of my biggest inspirations, and a special shout out to my amazing fellow nominees, as well as all of the instrumentalists and side musicians out there, often under the radar, but doing their thing and making it all happen. I see this as a celebration of all of you. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Alex. And now we have the great fortune to hear from another of this year's Emerging Act of the Year nominees. Her latest record, No One Gets Out Alive, was nominated for Best Americana Album Grammy, which is one hell of an emergence. Friends, please welcome Maggie Rose.
This is super dreamy. Thank you for having me. By the house, visit Rome, wear the dress that stops ashore, don't you know? No one gets out alive. Call the boy, ask the girl, have no regrets when you leave this world, 'cause you know no one gets out alive. So stay a while here on the swing, let's pretend we'll always be together. There's no way that we could know when we'll go where all things go forever. I'm gonna hope for better. Watch the sky from a hill. Do what you can to make time stand still, 'cause you know no one gets out alive. Bring the wine and stay up late. Let's pretend we'll always be together. There's no way that we could know when we'll go where all things go forever. I'm gonna hope for better. Bring the wine and celebrate. Let's pretend we'll always be together. There's no way that we could know when we go where all things go forever. I'm gonna hope for better. Hold your friends, forgive the night, die to love, live your life, don't you know? No one gets out alive. Alive.
Good evening. I'm Shannon Sanders, proud member of the Board of Directors for the Americana Music Association, as well as the board of the National Museum of African American Music, which, by the way, is just a few steps away from where we are gathered here tonight. It is my great honor to present the Legacy of Americana Award. Now in its 6th year, this award is the product of a meaningful partnership between the museum and the association. Together, we shine a light on artists whose work has contributed to the pouring of the very foundation of Americana music. This year, the award goes to the 4 daughters of the late, great Reverend Samuel McCrary. Now, for those of you that don't know, Reverend McCrary was one of the founding voices of the Fairfield Four. He set ablaze a legacy of holy fire. This fire lives on in Anne, Regina, Alfreda, and the dearly departed Deborah. Who are these phenomenal women? None other than the McCrary sisters. Yeah. These women sing with the strength that shakes the tallest of rafters and softens the hardest of hearts. They don't just sing songs, they sing life. You hear soul in their tone, blues in their cry, rock in their rhythm, and gospel in every breath. Their music is the kind that reminds you that hope, joy, and healing are still a possibility in this world. Yeah. They stood on stages and in studios with the likes of Bob Dylan, Elvis Presley, Stevie Wonder, Patty Griffin, Margot Price, Carrie Underwood, Allison Russell, and many, many more. Even in sorrow, when they lost their beloved sister Deborah in 2022, they kept the fire burning. Her voice still rings out on songs like Shake It Off, reminding us that the saints may leave this earth, but their voices never die. And just this year, they gave us a brand new album, Love is the Only Key. That title preaches all by itself. Songs of faith, resilience, and love, still carrying Deborah's voice, still carrying the torch of the McCrary fire. Friends, the McCrary sisters are not just singers, they're vessels. They are living, breathing testimonies of how music can bridge generations, cross genres, and bring heaven a little closer to earth. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm proud to present the Legacy of Americana Award to my friends, the legendary McCrary sisters.
Thank you. God bless you. If I can help somebody as I go along, if I can help somebody as I sing a song, if I can help somebody as I travel down this road, then my living shall not be in vain. We're talking about, there's a scripture in the Bible where it says, thank you for coming to see about me when I was sick. Thank you for feeding me when I was hungry. Thank you for giving me clothes to wear when I was naked. Thank you for taking care of me and taking care of my family. And then the scripture says that the man looks at Jesus and says, but when did I do that for you? When did I feed you when you were hungry and clothe you when you were naked and come to see about you when you were sick? And Jesus said, when you did it to the least of mine, you did it unto me. So that's what this is about. We want to thank the Americana. We want to thank everybody. We want to thank Jeb. we want to thank us all. I'm going to be quiet because I'm a preacher. I'll preach on you.
I want to thank God. Can you hear me? I'm so short.
Get up in there.
I want to thank God for this. We have been singing a long time. And we do it mostly for pleasure or because we know that God has ordained us to do that. And that's what you have to remember. Whatever he ordained you to do, do it, regardless. Just do it. If you fail, get up and do it. Keep going until you reach where you're supposed to be. Am I coming unhooked? I'm not going to hold you, but God bless you.
I'm going to be really short. I thank God, my Savior, Jesus Christ, for all things. I thank him for you. I thank whoever had their hands in the part to be, for us to be a part of this. I thank the Americana Association. I thank my husband, my children, my family for the support, my friends, all of you. I thank you. We are so grateful. We take nothing for granted, believe me. And the best is yet to come. That's all I have to say. One more thing, y'all look out for us because we are getting ready to do a documentary, and y'all keep us in your prayers.
You see 4 mics out here, and you see only 3 of us. That's because our sister Deborah passed away. And I remember before she passed away, she said, keep singing, don't ever stop singing. And we promised her we would. And at the same time, I bought her a beautiful fuchsia dress. And I told her, we're going to wear these dresses whenever God decides to bless us with any kind of award. So I wore fuchsia to think about Deborah. And we put an extra mic out here because you may not see her in body, but she's here in spirit.
All right. Congratulations, ladies. Now, folks, we've already been enjoying their voices tonight as part of this incredible house band. But now, we're going to put the McCrary sisters fully in the spotlight. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the incredible McCrary sisters.
Just like the rest, if I just turn away when I see how you dress, if I turn myself off so I can't hear you cry, what good am I? What good am I if I know and don't do? If I see and don't say and look right through you, if I turn a deaf ear to the thundering sky, what good am I? What good am I? Why you softly weep
you say in your sleep. And I freeze in the moment like the rest who don't try. What good am I? What good am I? Oh, to others like me, if I had every chance, and yet I refuse to see if my hands are tied. I walk up with thee, who tied them and why, and where I might be. What good am I if I say foolish things? Oh Lord. And I laugh in the face. Oh, what sorrow brings. And I just turn my back while you silently die. Oh Lord, what good am I? Somebody tell me what's good am I? What good am I? God bless you. Thank you so much.
What good? Hello? There we are again. What good are you? Well, the McCrary sisters are a whole lot of good, I'd say. Yeah, what she was saying about some of those quotations in the Bible reminded me, I grew up Catholic, and St. Francis said, "Make me a channel of your peace," which means individual responsibility for making the world a better place, right? Right? Individual responsibility. I'm waiting for someone to give me a thumbs up. Because no matter what your leaders are doing, or what the government is doing, or what anyone outside of yourself is doing, you can continue to be a good person. Doesn't she look pretty? Wow. One more second. Wish I knew a joke. I do, but it's very dirty. This is a house of worship. So next up, let's hear our first performance of a Song of the Year nominee for the evening. Here with a song exploring that age-old theme of wanting something that's no good, but wanting it oh so bad. Please welcome Maggie and Tone.
He's an unmarked mason jar. He's a little too fast, a little too far. He's got a checkered past. sweet. I got the eyes for him, he's got the eyes for me, and I'm falling. Johnny, Johnny Moonshine. Tonight I'm gonna make you all mine. He'll be right there when you call his name, but then he'll disappear like a runaway train. There's something about it, something drives me crazy. Johnny, Johnny Moonshine. Tonight I'm gonna make you all mine, Johnny Moonshine. I get buzzed just thinking about you. Oh, I don't wanna wake up without you. Johnny, Johnny Moonshine. I don't know about no Johnny or June, but damn it, Johnny, I love you. Johnny, Johnny Moonshine. Johnny, Johnny Moonshine. Johnny, Johnny Moonshine. Tonight I'm gonna make you all mine, Johnny Moonshine. I get buzzed just thinking about you. How I can't live without you. Johnny, Johnny Moonshine. Johnny Moonshine. Johnny Moonshine. Thank you.
Maggie, Antone. I didn't know there was going to be dancing tonight. You go ahead and move around there a little bit. Oh, now it just says stretch. It's just stretching now. Oh yeah, this next introduction begins with stretching. So, there we go. What was I saying before about being good, standing up for what's right? I met this next guy at the Newport Folk Festival. Yeah. Another place that's a force for good. Where are you, Jay Sweet? He's out here somewhere. Another force for good. All right. More stretching. I really want to tell you this joke. Should I? So a little girl asked her mother, "Mama, where do babies come from?" And mother said, "From the stork?" The little girl said, "Yeah, but who screws the stork?" All right, have you had enough? They ain't all home runs, folks. Look, if you're on social media, you probably stopped your scroll on the next performer, for good reason. You might have seen him there in Arkansas standing outside under some high-tension wires, where he sings straight from the heart and straight from the headlines and straight from his own personal experience. He's also a nominee for Emerging Artist of the Year. Won't you please make welcome Jesse Wells?
War is a murder, good men don't die, children don't starve, and all the women survive. War isn't murder, that's what they say when you're fighting the devil. Murder's okay. War isn't murder, they're called casualties. There ain't a veteran with a good night's sleep. Let's talk about dead people. I mean dead people. The dead don't feel honor, they don't feel that brave, they don't feel avenged, they're lucky if they got graves. Call your dead mother, ask her when she died. It's a deathly silence on the other line. The dead don't talk, but the children don't forget. So in 20 short years you could live to regret that. War isn't murder, there's money at stake. Hell, even Kushner agrees it's good real estate. War isn't murder, ask Netanyahu. He's got a psalm for that and a bomb for you. War isn't murder, it's an old desert faith. It's a nation state sanctioned righteous hate. Let's talk about dead people. I mean dead people. If war isn't murder, it's the vengeance of God. If you can't see the bodies, they don't blow when they rot. And the flies don't swarm and the children don't cry. If war isn't murder, good men don't die. So in a short 20 years when you vacation the strip, try not and think about the dead and have a nice trip. War isn't murder, we should all give thanks. I saw it all in a movie, give it up for Tom Hanks. War isn't murder, they don't ship out the poor, and the bullets they fire ain't part of the cure. War isn't murder, land is a right, but the bank's called dibs, it's something you can't fight. Let's talk about dead people. I mean dead people. The dead don't feel honor, they don't feel that brave, they don't feel avenged, they're lucky if they got graves. Call your dead mother, ask her when she died. It's a deathly silence on the other line. It's a dark sacrifice made on your behalf, so get down on your knees and thank the sweet Lord that war isn't murder.
Hello, my friends. I'm Roseanne Cash. All right, go with me for a minute. What if Waylon Jennings had gone punk? Or The Clash went country? Or Buck Owens and the Velvet Underground had a kid who sounded like Carole King, and she grew up to marry Elvis Costello? And then she left him to be in the band X with Joan Baez. And then they had a kid. And they called that kid the New Kid. Then what if a band came along that confidently climbed that specific musical tree, picked all the fruit, and wrote and recorded a song called The New Kid, along with a vast body of work, wove those influences and more, and yet retained their originality? That band would be the Old 97s. The Old 97s, they're restless and brave, full of longing and romantic aggression, and they've been working as a band longer than a lot of you have been alive. And just to put a point on that, Rhett Miller wrote a song called Longer Than You've Been Alive. The Old 97s have the rare distinction of being one of only a handful of American bands who still have all their original members intact and are still working for over 30 years now. That is a lesson in perseverance, integrity, the power of shared creativity, and love for each other through hard times, and for us, their audience, steady and true. And having been in quite a few bands myself over several decades, I can say with some certainty that they must also be masters of conflict resolution. These four men have created a catalog together that will become part of the permanent American Songbook and the permanent Americana music primary source material. The songs are fierce, and the dedication to masterful songwriting and performance has remained undiminished over the decades. There are no throwaways. The old 97s are full of swagger and freedom, longing and urgency. It's the kind of urgency that feels like the fleeting nature of time, but set to a melody and a rhyme scheme and determined to hold on to every moment. And we owe them a debt of gratitude for the way they've drawn our attention to the stolen moments that can live inside a 3-minute song. It's my great honor to present the Lifetime Achievement Award to Ken Bethea, Murray Hammond, Philip Peoples, and my friend Rhett Miller, the old 97s.
Okay, thanks, Roseanne. That was really badass. I want to thank my wife. The reason we have bands is because the people stay at home and do the hard stuff. Thank my wife down here, Heather, for coming out tonight, and thanks for all the stuff you've done. And secondly, I had, am I over blowing up the mic? I don't know. I had nothing going on in the fall of 1992 at all, except for I was decided probably didn't want to play any more guitar, and I was going to play accordion. And so I moved into this brownstone in Dallas, and I was playing guitar, and I happened to move across the hall from this guy right here, all right? And he knew that guy right there, and I actually had known before this guy, right? I want to just thank y'all for getting past the accordion thing right off the top. But they were trying, everybody's trying to make a band. It's early 90s, right? We all wanted to do a band, and we knew we didn't want to make a grunge band because it was already played out in our mind by 1992. And so, read all these songs. I don't know what we do. We just made a band, right? And I just want to thank you guys for not kicking my ass out, okay?
Stanley Cup. I definitely need to thank these guys for everything, pretty much. And I'd like to thank my wife and my dearly departed parents who gave me everything about music. They supported me in every single way moving forward, and I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have met these guys without them. But I also just realized you're kind of the key man that brought the whole thing together. You knew me, then you met these guys, and without Ken, there would be no old 97s. So give it up for Ken.
Okay, hey everybody. Okay, to continue that theme, you know, there's a lot of talent in this band, and there's so much talent in so many bands that get together, but we got lucky. We got lucky at key moments in our history, in our career, meeting like the right people. But the first and biggest lucky thing that happened to us is we met each other. The way you do just moving across the hall from somebody or meeting a kid, and I don't know, what's the first thing we did? Go see the Ramones together. Yeah, when he was a teenager, you know, stuff like that. And man, we got lucky, and I got personally lucky when I met these three guys. And it's still going. We got a gig this week. You know, we got a record, we got to start, you know. I love that about us. It's just going to keep going and keep going, so God willing. So, and lastly, I do want to thank my family, my boy Tex, and all the wonderful people in my house that had to see me go off on tour again and again for stretches and stretches, and always had that lovely place to go back to. It's all worked and it's still working. So anyway, Rhett, take the Stanley Cup here. All right, will you? Okay.
Thank you, Rose, for that beautiful introduction. That was incredible. What an honor. Like Ken, Marie, and Philip, I want to thank our families. They've put up with a lot over the years. My mom, Ann, my brother, Ross, my sister, Christy, my wife, Erica, our two brilliant kids, Max and Soleil. Thanks also to Tom DeSavia, Mike Schwedler, Wes Kidd, John Folk, our partners at ATO Records, and the late, great Waylon Jennings, whose early support meant the world to us. I started this job at 16 years old. Back then, the Dallas Press called me Pretty Boy Teen Folky. And now I guess I'm like elder statesman teen folky or something. But as such, I figured that I had to say a couple of big important things or whatever before we got out of here. I don't know anything. I'm a singer in a rock and roll band, but I'll give you guys three. Never get naked on a dressing room couch. This is very important. If you're thinking about getting sober, it's pretty awesome. Yeah. If you're gonna sign to a major label, do it in the 1990s. It's the best. Absolutely. Thank you. And finally, if you're gonna be in a band with your best friends. Thank you so much, Americana Music Association. Thank you, Rose. Thank you.
Give it up once more for the most gentlemanly rock stars I know, the old 97s.
Hey y'all, it's me again, S.G. Goodman. And this is Sonny Sweeney.
Hi, everyone.
In music, we all got to start somewhere, and there's no instruction manual.
Those early years of big dreams and long drives and empty rooms and little wins form the foundation of a musician's career.
It's the time you learn the important stuff, like how to sleep anywhere, how long you can go without doing laundry. Our next award recognizes artists who have reached that point.
You may have heard of a few of the folks who have won our Emerging Act of the Year award in the past. One of them, of course, is S.G. Goodman.
So now, here are this year's nominees. You've been hearing a lot about them, and that's not going to change anytime soon.
The Emerging Act of the Year nominees are
Noeline Hoffman,
M.J. Linderman,
medium build,
Maggie Rose,
and Jesse Wells.
And our Emerging Act of the Year for 2025 is
M.J. Linderman.
MJ could not be here tonight, so we're happy to accept this award on his behalf.
Check this out, y'all.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah. All right.
You want me to take that?
Yeah. Yeah. Our next performer is a triple threat, and what I mean by that is there are three of them, each with more talents than I can possibly count. We got Sarah Jarosz, Aoife O'Donovan, and in both of their individual careers, they're astonishing, but when they join forces, it's a whole other universe. Here to perform Ancient Light, please welcome. It wasn't on my, oh, I did. I'm sorry, y'all. Oh my God. She leaves for 2 seconds and I can't read. And the lovely Sarah Watkins. Anyway, here to perform Ancient Light, please welcome I'm With Her.
Better get out of the way, gonna figure out what I wanna say. I've been a long time coming, making my way through the weeds, branches tugging at my sleeves. I've been a long time gone. No more crying, I'm not gonna put up a fight. Swimming in the ancient light. Dry leaves under the shoes, I got nothing to lose, and now the clouds roll knock at the door. They've been a long time coming. But I let them in. I feel their breath on my skin. They've been a long time gone. We'll be dancing. Oh, what a sight, what a sight. When they get here, I'll be swimming in the ancient light. I'll be swimming in the ancient light. I'll be swimming in the ancient light.
Okay, so this is for my staff. Corey, did you find my glasses at Riverside Revival? Yeah, thank you. My name's Jed Hilley from the Americana Music Association and Foundation, and it is my honor to serve this incredible community that we call Americana. A community, a genre, whatever you want to call it. It's about people. It's about you guys. It's about bringing this reunion, this family reunion together each September, and thank you all for coming. There are so many talented artists to recognize, and we're doing that tonight, but this event has an even greater meaning. It's when the families of blues, bluegrass, traditional country, gospel, and even rock and roll come together to celebrate the greatness of American roots music, the greatness of the art form that we call Americana. Thank you. There is not enough time to thank everyone who deserves it tonight, but I do need to thank a special group of people who have made this possible. For starters, thank you everyone at the Tennessee Tourism Department and the Nashville Visitors Convention and Visitors Corporation. We're eternally grateful for your support, your financial support, and thank you to our mayor, Freddie O'Connell. It's good to see you up there. Thank you to Alexander Leff, Stephen Sullins, Greg Hall, and Pete Muller in particular for helping us financially to make this show and this incredible week of music a reality year after year. Their contributions to the foundation are like more than significant. I'd also like to thank the good people at Gibson Guitars, ASCAP, BMI, CSAC, and Double RL for giving me this nice jacket. I really need for all of you, when you see them running around, when you see the staff buttons, thank them. Dana Strong, Craig Shelburne, Destiny McGregor, Michelle Rhodes, David Chamberlain, Clara Keene, and what about Tara Clark and not having to pick up tickets and to just walk through with a barcode. The Americana Board of Directors, Kim Bowie, Courtney Gregg, I thank you so much. Rachel Whitney, we're going to be talking about an announcement for her later, but thank you, Miss Rachel and everyone. Molly Sheehan, Paige Kelly, from the law firm of Milam Crow, Kelly Beckett, Strehan PLC, thank you so much for all you do for us. And special thanks to our new treasurer, new accounting firm, Mr. Patrick Templeman, and PS Business Management. I do have to thank Kurt Vitolo, who after 2 decades, more than 2 decades, Kurt set up our first bank account, has moved on to greener pastures, and I mean that literally, because for 25 years, Kurt has been working pro bono, and by pro bono, I mean for free. And for your service, Kurt, I think you're up there. to your service to these artists that we love and to the community, I thank you forever. Oops. A couple other shout outs I might do. We have some insanely wonderful and beautiful dignitaries. The Poet Laureate of the United States of America, Joy Harjo, is here. The brilliant poet and podcaster from the other side of the pond, Mr. Paul Muldoon is here. Representative Jones, I think you showed up again. Good to see you. And last but not least, for my shout out, the great Phil Kaufman is in the house with you tonight. Lastly, thank you all for your creativity, dedication, and support for this uniquely American art form. I think I've talked enough. Okay, you love him, we love him. Let's give it up for John C. Reilly.
Thank you, Jed. So, folks, I was talking about doing good in the world, and about 3 years ago, I decided to do what I do best, which is entertain people. And because I'm not very good at picket signs, etc. So I made this vaudeville show called Mr. Romantic. And it's a meditation on love, and we made a record called What's Not to Love. That came out in June. These are my wonderful band. Anyway, we're going to do a song by Tom Waits that's about the moment when you realize you really love someone. The sun come up, it was blue and gold. The sun come up, it was blue and gold. The sun come up, it was blue and gold. Ever since I put your picture in a frame, I come calling in my Sunday best. I come calling in my Sunday best. I come calling in my Sunday best. Ever since I put your picture in a frame, I want to love you till the wheels come off. Oh, yeah. I can't believe I'm at the Ryman Auditorium. That's Gabe Witcher. I love you, Nashville, and I always will. I love you, Ryman, and I always will. I love you, baby, and I always will. Ever since I put your picture in a frame, I love you, baby, and I since I put your picture in a frame. Ever since I put your picture in a frame. Ever since I put your picture in a frame.
Check, check. That was worth everything to hear that. John C. Reilly, incredible. I could listen to that all night. I want to introduce this great band that's up here. It's such an honor to be here playing for you all. Molly Jensen is over there joining us on vocals tonight. Jen Gunderman's on the keyboards. Hey, Austin Hope, walk on in a little bit so everybody can see you. Maybe walk across the stage. By your father, Jim Hope. Larry Campbell's with us, which brings so much joy to my heart, as does Don Was back there on the bass, holding down the fort. The amazing Fred Eltringham, who's up for Instrumentalist of the Year, incredible drummer and person. We Got You Once. The McCrary sisters. Regina, Ann, and Frida, if you didn't already know. Oh, where is David? Come on, no wonder. David Mansfield is joining us tonight.
Thank you, Larry.
He can play anything. All right, I want to bring out the next artist I get the pleasure of introducing. I've been a huge fan of J.D. McPherson since the beginning. One of my favorite artists in every way, and guitar players, and the hardest working man in Americana, I would say, J.D. McPherson.
This band is sublime, ladies and gentlemen. But I'm not on any power right now. If you can figure out what's going on, sorry about that, folks.
Is that working for y'all? Doesn't sound right, yeah. Something squirrely. There we go, that's good.
Okay, let's get weird, folks. Here we go.
Never was a little egg run out of the nest.
everybody. Hello, everyone. My name is Hayes Carl. And it is my great honor to get to talk to you about the great Darrell Scott. Darrell Scott is a true original, an incomparable and singular musician, singer, and songwriter. His abilities and contributions in any of those crafts would be worthy of recognition and celebration. That he is undeniably one of the best in the entire world at all three puts him in a category all to his own. Darrell was raised in a working-class musical family, then added literature and poetry to his artist palette in college. Those two facts may scratch the surface of explaining how he pairs one-of-a-kind melodies with lyrics that cut right to the bone. But a talent like Darrell's wells up from someplace much deeper. It comes from the way he sees the world and the people who live in it. It comes from finding meaning in the mundane, and it comes from speaking the truth, always the truth, even when it's hard, while always allowing room for hope. Darrell's songs have earned him 4 Grammy nominations and Songwriter of the Year awards from ASCAP and Nashville Songwriters International, and they've been covered by more than 70 artists who admire him, including Guy Clark, The Chicks, Garth Brooks, Travis Tritt, Brad Paisley, and Patty Loveless. But Darrell has his own musical heroes too, and he's never been shy about letting you know who they are. He recorded an album of Hank Williams songs and another album, Modern Hymns, with his take on 12 songs by 12 of his favorite songwriters. He's also an enthusiastic collaborator, adding his unmistakable sound and talent to projects with Tim O'Brien, Steve Earle, Robert Plant, Emmylou Harris, and many more. He further shares his gifts through songwriting workshops and producing, including 2 albums with his father, Wayne Scott. One was a debut album released when Wayne was 71, and the latest, released this summer, is proof that the apple didn't fall far from the tree when it comes to an astonishing depth of songwriting. You'll Never Leave Harlan Alive, Heartbreak Town, Long Time Gone, and It's a Great Day to Be Alive are just a few of the classics he's contributed to the Americana genre. He's influenced and inspired countless artists, from Chris Stapleton to Tyler Childers. He's taught me personally through example that writing a song isn't about just bringing a hook or a title. It's about bringing your whole self, heart and soul, your vulnerabilities and your courage. Through Darrell Scott's keen eye and ear for the human condition, and with the music he uses to carry those observations into the world, every day truly is a great day to be alive. And today is a great day to present Darrell Scott with his Lifetime Achievement Award.
Thank you, Hayes, man. So I first came to the Ryman when I was 6 years old, right out there, coming with my family to the Grand Ole Opry. And once we found that, that was our vacation. Anytime we took a vacation was always here. Got my first instrument over at a pawn shop on Broadway around here. And flying through the years, in the late 90s, before Americana Music Association, I think, even had a name or a place here in Nashville, we all gathered up in New Hampshire. And even one of the subjects was, what are we going to call this? I think they decided. And basically, I'm really happy to be a part of this beautiful, weirdo gathering of musicians. You know, we've got rock, folk, country and Delta blues, bluegrass, gospel, soul, old time, and it all sits here together like tonight. And I want to thank my dad, Wayne Scott, for songs he loved songs. He loved particularly Hank Williams and Johnny Cash, Haggard. But he knew great songs, and he would try to write some as well. I want to thank my oldest brother, Denny Scott. He was a great guitarist at 12, which meant I was the bass player of the group, because he was just really, really good. Let's see, I want to thank Stephanie Hudacek, Paul Lohr, Elaine Bryan, Bill Bost, and my collaborators over the years. I've got to work with all kinds of just wonderful heroes of mine and sheroes. Particularly, I want to just point out Kenny Malone, Danny Thompson, and Dan Dugmore. But there's been years and years and decades of great players and singers and songwriters. And I want to thank my family who are here tonight, Abe, Gabe, and Mihaela Ann, and Sherry. Thank you, Sherry. My grandbabies, my twins, and also the love of my life, Angela. Thank you so much. Let's keep being weird, okay? Let's keep being weird. Thank you.
Many talented artists have covered this song, but there's nothing like hearing it from the man himself. Please put your hands together for Darrell Scott.
In the deep dark hills of eastern Kentucky, that's the place where I trace my bloodline. And it's there I read on a hillside gravestone, said you will never leave Harlem alive. Well, my granddad's dad walked down Caterpillar's Mountain, and he asked Tilly Hilton to be his bride. Said, won't you walk with me out of the mouth of this holler, or we'll never leave Harlan alive. Where the sun comes up about 10 in the morning, and the sun goes down about 3 every day, and you fill your cup with whatever bitter brew you're drinking, and you spend your life just thinking of how to get away. No one ever knew there was cold in them mountains till a man from the northeast arrived. He was waving them $100 bills. He said, I'll pay you for your minerals. Oh, but he never left Harlan alive. Well, Granny, she sold out cheap, and they moved out west of Pineville to a farm where big rich land river winds. Yeah, and I bet they danced them a jig, and they laughed and sang a new song. Who said we'd never leave Harlan alive? times got hard and tobacco wasn't selling, and old Granddad knew what he'd do to survive. Well, he went and dug for Holland coal and sent the money back to Granny, but he never left Holland alive. Where the sun comes up about 10 in the morning, and the sun goes down, down, down about 3 in the day, and you fill your cup, go on and fill it up with whatever better brew you're drinking, and you spend your life digging coal from the bottom of your grave. You're in the deep dark hills of eastern Kentucky. That's the place where I trace my bloodline. And it's there I read on a hillside gravestone, said you will never leave Harlan alive.
That is a sound. Good evening, everyone. My name is Warren Zanes, and I am honored to be... I'm actually not presenting. I'm presenting a presenter, so the prompter's off on this one. But I'm honored to be here as part of a presentation of an award that I believe has tremendous significance at any historical juncture, certainly ours. The Spirit of Americana Free Speech and Music Award recognizes artists who have used their voices to speak truth to power. They participate in a long tradition of using music not only to rouse the heart and mind, but to inspire action. They take the risk of entering into discourse strained by division. Do you recognize that situation? These artists are the ones more likely to hear that sorry phrase, "Shut up and sing." The Spirit of Americana Free Speech and Music Award comes from a partnership between Americana Music Association and the First Amendment Center, a nonprofit based here in Tennessee that works to protect First Amendment freedoms through information and education. We're grateful for their work. We're grateful for the artists who embody it. And here now, the real presenter, the one you're actually waiting for, who's a hero of mine and likely a hero of yours, Mr. John Fogerty.
Hi, everybody. How y'all doing? Thank you so much. You know, I first came here to the Ryman about 1969. I was on the Johnny Cash show. Everybody was so wonderful. And the producer, Rose Pitchinson, brought me out here during the day, one of the rehearsal times, stood me right about there, and she said, "Hey, John, look up. What do you see?" I said, "Oh my God, I see daylight." The roof was leaking and all that, so after a while, yeah, it's true. They closed this place down for a long time, then they renovated, and here we are. Anyway, I'm here to talk about a special award. You know, through the years, some people have called me difficult. But it ain't me! It ain't me! It ain't me! Folks tend to think of my generation when they think of protest songs. Oh yeah, my generation made their fair share of them. Boy, I think about Bob Dylan myself. But anyway, the past doesn't own protest songs. They've always been a product of the present. And in our particular present, amen, with so much that's worth protesting, no one is doing it better than Jesse Wells. Barely into his 30s, Jesse keeps a close eye on national and world events from his home in Ozark, Arkansas. Sometimes heading out into the woods to sing news for his 1 million or so TikTok followers. Man, what a world, eh? The songs Jesse comes up with are straight talking, sharp, and right on time. But what makes his songs timeless is the humanity in them. He's rooting for the people and rooting for good to prevail in the world. Oh, Lordy. And there's something in his songs that makes us believe we might just get there, hopefully in time. I'm proud tonight to present, oh boy, I'm going to say this once and then I'm going to say it my way, all right? I'm proud tonight to present the First Amendment Center and Americana Music Association Spirit of Americana Free Speech and Music Award. I am proud to present the Americana Free Speech and Music Award to Mr. Jesse Wells. Come up here, Jesse. It's all yours. See y'all later.
Give it up for John Fogerty, man. Folks don't get into folk music because there's awards, you know. They're more or less compelled to by that shard of divinity that's in each and every single person, compels us to create stuff. All that being said, it feels nice to get an award, you know. I thank John Fogerty quite a lot for being so friendly with me this week. And I appreciate Jed over at the Americana Music Association. And I thank all my team, all my buddies and friends, and Bo, Aaron, Mary, Eddie, I couldn't do it without you, Kara, Garrett. There's other folks too. I don't remember their names right now. Life is too short to not say exactly what you mean all the time.
Wow. I saw that guy smash a guitar on stage at Newport. That was pretty cool. Our next performer, I was once a go-go dancer at one of his concerts. You think I'm kidding, but I'm not. Let's hear from another of our Song of the Year nominees, a track from an Album of the Year nominee, with a little help from his friends Gillian Welch and David Rawlings. Please put your hands together for Nathaniel Rateliff.
It's the center of me, but I still don't see. Feel it moving around. Can I admit defeat or disbelief? Does it have to be now? Hey, wait. Why do I wait until this shit gets harder? Hey, wait. My words are arriving now. So I'll wait until this shit gets harder. Alone in my head. Is it all I had? Is it all that's left? Starting out empty again. Now cradle my arms, rock myself to sleep. Be 10 more years till I say what I need. Stuck in my mouth when I try to speak, and nothing comes out. Hey, wait. Why do I wait until this shit gets harder? Hey, wait. My words are arriving now. Say wait, or do I wait until this shit gets harder? Alone in my head. Said maybe I don't want to sleep too long. Someone wake me, I don't want to sleep too long. I'm just gonna close my eyes and try to play it I'm tired of waiting, I'm tired of waiting on myself. I'm tired of waiting, I'm tired of waiting on myself. Why do I wait until this shit gets harder? I'm tired of waiting on myself. Why do I wait until this shit gets harder? I'm tired of waiting on myself. Why do I wait until this shit gets harder? I'm tired of waiting on myself. Why do I wait until this shit gets harder? It's the center of me I still don't see, but it's moving around.
Wow, what a beautiful song. Those three have done a lot of good for the world, haven't they? What a beautiful song. Thank you for that. That was Nathaniel Rateliff with Gillian Welch and David Rawlings, in case you missed that. All right, hang tight, folks. Only 3 more hours. Just kidding. You're going to want to stick around for it regardless, but... So our next performance offers a great example of how songs can live more than one life. Taylor Goldsmith wrote Time Spent in Los Angeles around 15 years ago. He was inspired by a fondness for his hometown, as well as the feeling of being away from it. The song ended up as the opening track on Daws' second album, Nothing Is Wrong. Yeah. It became one of the band's best-loved songs, upbeat and perfect for singing along to, with the feel of a classic that had been written decades before. But the song took on a new meaning and a new weight earlier this year when fires raged through Southern California. The Goldsmith brothers' parents lost their home in Altadena, as did Griffin Goldsmith, as did I. The Daws studio on Taylor Goldsmith's property burned to the ground with much of the band's equipment inside. But the brothers emerged with a mission. They wanted to help their music community get back on its feet after the flames, and they had the perfect way to do it. Just days after their own devastating losses, they played Time Spent in Los Angeles for a nationwide audience on Jimmy Kimmel Live, the first of many performances in support of Music Care's wildfire relief efforts, which raised millions. On TV, the song was slower, more somber, and incredibly poignant. Daws soon re-recorded that version of the song for a continued fundraising as a record of that harrowing time. There's more to the song now, and more to the title. Here to perform Time Spent in Los Angeles for Altadena, please welcome Daws.
In my hand, and when I'm standing still, I seem to disappear. But maybe that's how I found you. Maybe that taught me exactly what I want. Maybe meeting you this far away from home is what makes it all so clear. 'Cause you got that special kind of sadness. You got that tragic set of charms that only comes from time spent in Los Angeles. Makes me wanna wrap you in my arms. When people ask me where I come from, to see what that says about a man, I only end up giving bad directions that never lead them there at all. It is something written in the headlights. It is something swimming in my drink. And if I were the moon, it would be exactly where I'd fall. 'Cause you got that special kind of sadness. got that tragic set of charms that only comes from time spent in Los Angeles. Makes me wanna wrap you in my arms. I used to think someone would love me for all these places that I've been, and the dirt that I've been gathering deep beneath my nails. But now I know what I've been missing, and I'm going home to make it mine. And I'll be battening the hatches and pulling in the sails. 'Cause you got that special kind of sadness. You got that tragic set of charms that only comes from time spent in Los Angeles. Makes me wanna wrap you in my arms. Got that special kind of sadness. You got that tragic set of charms that only comes from time spent in Los Angeles. Makes me wanna wrap you in my arms.
I'm Rustin Kelly. That was sick.
Well, you know, Rustin, they say that sometimes a song writes itself.
It actually doesn't.
You and I and a whole lot of people in this room know, don't we? We know better that while the melody and the words might flow easy at times, they still need a songwriter to wrangle them into shape.
Yes, and sometimes that wrangle is more of a wrestle.
Or an all-out war.
True. But the struggle is always worth it when you end up with a song that speaks from the heart and touches the hearts of others.
And we've been lucky to hear quite a few of those songs on this stage tonight, don't you think?
Yes, yeah, I do, yeah. Okay, our next award for Song of the Year recognizes both the performer and the songwriter. You'll notice that for all of our nominated songs, the performer is the songwriter, or at least one of the songwriters, which is pretty cool, I'd say. So here are the nominees for Song of the Year.
Johnny Moonshine by Maggie Antone, written by Maggie Antone, Natalie Hemby, and Aaron Ratier.
Dang, whoa, this is lit. Okay. Ancient Light by I'm With Her, written by Sarah Giroux, Aoife O'Donovan, and Sarah Watkins.
Wristwatch by M.J. Linderman, written by M.J. Linderman.
Sick. Dang. Okay. Sunshine Getaway by J.D. McPherson, written by Paige Burkham, J.D. McPherson, and Jack Torrey.
Heartless by Nathaniel Rateliff and the Night Sweats, written by Nathaniel Rateliff.
Yeah. Dang.
It's hard, isn't it?
Yeah, no, that's nuts. Okay, and the 2025 Song of the Year award goes to... Ancient Light, let's go! I'm With Her, written by Sarah, Aoife, and Sarah. Dude, get out here. Where are they?
Where are these ladies?
You crushed it.
This is insane. We just have been listening to all of the other incredible songs by the other nominees all night, and I'm floored. Thank you so much.
It's so special to get to share this as this band, you know, just making music with these ladies is magical, and especially to be recognized for a song, I think, you know, that's where this all starts. We got together in a room, wrote these songs, they're so meaningful to us, and so this is particularly special for that.
That's right. Thanks, everybody. Thank you so much. Thanks, everybody who's coming out to the shows and for listening to songs. We really appreciate it. It's a big deal. Thank you for listening. Thank you, Americana.
Congratulations! And now I'm excited to introduce our next performer. She was inspired to start making her own music at the age of 10. I just love you. When she saw a video of Tracy Chapman performing. Like Tracy, she shines a light on the beauty in the world, but isn't afraid to call out what's ugly. Sometimes, as you're about to hear, she can do it all in one song. That graceful balance is just a part of why she's nominated for Artist of the Year. My friends, please welcome Joya Lydecoon.
I'd just like to say thank you for the nomination and for listening to this song I wrote about birds with an open heart. Out in the woods with a big backyard, my dog and my lover. Gave Nashville a chance and made it farther than they thought I would, but it doesn't mean I should hang around and suffer. This world on fire still has good to discover. I wouldn't miss the traffic or the runaway train, and the proud boys and their women just make me feel out of place. Oh, but I miss the birds and the music that they make, but even they know when to fly away. Oh, I think it's time to fly away. Dusty Silverado, take me to another place. This town has a way to leave you wanting, for all its brand new buildings and its heroes on parade. This town still isn't big enough to love me, and I'm still too damn proud to beg for company. I wouldn't miss the traffic or the runaway trains, and the proud boys and their women just make me feel out of place. Oh, but I miss the birds and the music that they make, but even they know when to fly away. Oh, I think it's time to fly away. I think it's time to make a change, to spread my wings and drift away. I think I finally learned that you can't get back the years, but you can always come back to a place. I wouldn't miss the traffic or the runaway trains. The proud boys and their women, they make me feel out of place. Oh, but I'd miss the birds and the music that they make, and the feel of the earth beneath my feet in early May, and the magnolia leaves as they fall out of place. But even they know when to fly away. Oh, I think it's time to fly away. I think it's time to fly away. think it's time to fly.
Hello again. This is Rodney Crowell.
And you are. This is Roseanne Cash.
We're not getting back together.
Wait a minute. I've changed.
You've totally discombobulated me right now. Okay. Great songs are out there in the ether, but a songwriter has to make a sincere, lifelong commitment to show up for them, refine his skills, put his catcher's mitt on, so he's there to catch them when they fall. Joe Henry, in his 40 years out in the field, has caught a breathtaking range of songs of pristine beauty, eloquence, and originality.
Of course, you're talking about the singer, songwriter, poet, and producer Joe Henry. Yeah. Who it just so happens is one of the most kind-hearted, compassionate, gentlemanly, elegant, brilliant conversationalists with excellent taste in men's shoes. Maybe the finest taste in all of Americana music. So all of which I'm sure he'd tell you comes in a distant second to his role as a husband and a father.
Joe's creative restlessness and love of all genre and form have served him very well. He's produced Solomon Burke, Amy Mann, the Carolina Chocolate Drops, Bonnie Raitt, Joan Baez, Ramblin' Jack Elliott, as well as the brilliant watershed album The River in Reverse by Elvis Costello and Alan Toussaint, and me and Rodney. And that is a very partial list. Artists are drawn to him not only for his keen hand as a producer, but for his ability to create a space of genuine vision and calm inspiration underpinned by what can only be called love.
Good. And he's recorded 17 solo albums, every one a gem. And his current collaboration with Mike Reed is beautiful. The man's blessed with a voice that puts me in mind somewhere between Ray Charles and Willie Nelson. And then there's the writing. And try this on for an opening stanza as it was written for his friend Harry Belafonte. Check this out. Now that the fires have been contained, these ashes are of our own making. Clouds hang up on radio towers and sirens sing one song for hours. Here begins the fitting end to what we started over when tomorrow is October. When we're talking about language, the man's in a league of his own right there.
Yes, sometimes also a magician, a traveling storyteller, a philosopher, a trustworthy friend. And the wide circle of artists he draws to himself is a testament to his generosity. And his original songs are a testament to that same open, wide heart. Joe, in his music, his poetry, and his very way of walking through life, shows up for the mystery. Not only that, he's given us specific directions on how to find it in ourselves.
We could go on with superlatives, but right now it's our honor to present Joe Henry with the Americana Music Lifetime Achievement Award. So well deserved. Here you go. This is yours. Thank you.
Don't be alarmed. This won't take but a minute. This is really touching to be acknowledged, especially in this room and by two of my dearest friends. I'll be honest and confess to you that when word first reached me that I was going to be honored this way, my immediate and involuntary response was, oh no, they think I'm going to die. Yes, and oh, how we laughed. My working life has looked nothing like I thought it would. And of course, how could it? Traveler, there is no road, said Machado. Everyone walks like Jesus on the sea. In my earliest part of this journey, I found myself late one night driving in Italy with our old and dear departed friend Bob Newworth. And Bob said to me in the dark of the car, Joseph, you know what your problem is? And this was early enough in my working life, I didn't know that I had a problem. Bob said, you don't have an act. You need an act. Everybody that you admire, Leonard, Bob, Tom, Frank, they all had a seductive persona that walked out before them, a stalking horse. And you don't have one. And I've always thought that the song is the act. The song is the character. I've really just wanted to feed myself into the process like wood into a fire until I might wholly disappear, and that only the song would remain. That's really been my goal. I've learned only recently how to articulate it for myself, and that I find that I've cared very little of writing about experience. I write as an experience. It's not so much something I do, it's something that's happening to me. Same with my life as a performer. I try to imagine circumstances where I might have experiences in front of witnesses. I'm having one right now. And as a producer, my job is never to pass out instruction. My job is to bear witness, and when I bring my full intention to the table, things magnetize and coalesce around it. Not around me, I don't mean, around it. The great Oliver Sacks wrote, "The universe is queerer than we imagine, more queer than we can imagine." And you know, that news about our glorious diversity ought to liberate every one of us rather than divide us. And I believe that it can. The problem is, said the Buddha, we think we have time. And my life has taught me that there is only this time. The threads of our joy and sorrow are as entangled as the braid of my true love's hair. And thus it shall ever be. And that's the song I really mean to sing. A song of complete surrender. And I don't mean surrender in terms of resignation, I mean surrender in terms of radical acceptance. I think that's what we're called to do, who we're called to be. I thank Jed Hilley and the Americana Music Association, Michelle Aquilata in particular. I thank my longtime friend and manager, David Whitehead, and every musician that has helped articulate what my dreams could not conjure alone. I thank Robert Johnson and Louis Armstrong for showing me that there are two sides to the telescope. And even before I realized that these two people were going to bring me up here, I plan to thank them because they've both been, independent of each other, extraordinary friends to me for decades. Counselors, listeners, friends. I can't express how fundamental it is that I've worked with people who cared about me, who cared about the music more than they cared about themselves. That's absolutely true. I thank my parents, who didn't understand how I was going to do what I said I was going to do, but they never stopped loving and supporting me. I thank my brother Dave, who educated me. I thank my daughter Lulu for enduring all manner of racket and laughter issuing from the basement of the Garfield house when there was homework to be done. I thank my son Levon, who will prove to be my most consequential collaborator in this lifetime. I thank my wife Melanie for being the boat, the sea, and the lighthouse all in one person, for saving my life after first giving me the life worth saving. And one more thing, quickly, I know I'm out of time. The great Buckminster Fuller said this to his architecture students: stop trying to make things pretty. If your design meets a need, if it's accessible and affordable to those who need it, you can't miss beauty. So I say this to every musician in this church, known and unknown to me: your language is your power. Merely enduring as an artist is an act of resistance. Keep enduring. Sing your song. Do the work that's yours alone to do, and you can't miss beauty. Thank you very much. Thank you.
And now, give it up once more for Mr. Joe Henry.
On the morning after the election of 2016, I was on tour in England with my dear friend Billy Bragg, and I was devastated. I didn't know how to drive on to the next town and do what I was supposed to do that night. I climbed into the far back of the van and reached into my community like we were trained to do. And the person that I turned to in that moment was my friend Harry Belafonte, who was still awake in New York. And we texted back and forth for a moment, and then he called me. And he listened to me go on for a bit. And then Harry said, "Oh, I get it. You're disappointed. Do I need to remind you of a few of my own disappointments?" He did not, but I couldn't stop him. He was hotter than a firecracker. He basically said to me, "How far is your drive?" I said, "It's 2 hours." He said, "Take the 2 hours and cry if you need to, then get your shit together and get back to work." This is a song that I wrote in that moment. It's called Keep Us in Song. And again, I thank you all very much for your time and attention.
Times as they've changed are here to remind that nothing has changed, not even time. I've loved you forever, it hasn't been long, just enough now to keep us in song.
defeat. The liquor, last supper, the cup passed along. One for the road that keeps us in song. I stood at the water where the land has run out of any idea what we might be about. We're asked to make do with what we know to be wrong. What leads us astray but keeps us in song. Churches, the nurses, the company store have joined and concluded there will be no more. No credit or mercy, no forgiveness here on. For any not willing to keep us in song. Colder than it was yesterday, when hope was eternal, all blooming array. With one more good rain, all these leaves will be gone. They're falling, designed to keep us in song. Last night I lay thinking I dropped the last thread that stitched every dream to the top of my head. They'll all fly and leave me, but I'll get along with yours here beside me to keep us in song. Yours here beside me to keep us in song.
Mr. Joe Henry. Warren Zane's back with you again, this time to talk about the year 1975. To many, there was great trouble back there because, number one, Sonny and Cher were getting divorced. Number two, C.W. McCall was having a big hit with Convoy. And three, people were raising pet rocks. But in country music, things were better. Merle Haggard had 4 number ones that year. Freddie Fender had 2. The great Gary Stewart at the top of the charts with She's Actin' Single, I'm Drinking Doubles. And Waylon Jennings did it with Are You Sure Hank Done It This Way? A question we can ask in any era. But in the treasure chest of country music, 1975, there was one jewel that had an allure all its own. Willie Nelson's Red-Headed Stranger. The album's production was spare to the point of being austere, but its space, the intimacy of it, allowed something to come through that it seems was right on time. Willie Nelson, that voice, that storyteller heard in that way. But Red-Headed Stranger was hardly the artist's debut. It was his 18th studio album. I just learned to count that high. He joined Chet Atkins at RCA, a legend associated with the so-called Nashville sound, which traded out honky-tonk's barroom muscle for something sweeter and smoother. But Atkins didn't capture all that would be integral to Willie Nelson's image and sound. Nelson then signed with the great Jerry Wexler at Atlantic. We know Jerry from Aretha Franklin's Greatest Sides. Wexler let Willie begin to pare things down, let him use his own band. But it was only when Willie Nelson signed with Columbia that he partnered with the producer who was going to let the artist do exactly what he wanted and needed to do in the studio, a producer by the name of Willie Nelson. In a business focused on hit singles, Red-Headed Stranger was an anomaly. There was no attempt to create an emphasis track for radio. Instead, Willie played with the narrative possibilities of the album as a whole, threading one song into the next, thinking of music as a story cycle. It was the concept album in country music. When Red-Headed Stranger was turned into the record company, there was concern. Now, that's obviously one of the best signs, historically speaking. To some, the recordings sounded like demos, stripped back to the point of seeming like they weren't fully dressed for the prom. But without any changes to address those concerns, the album went to #1 country and then crossed over to pop. With Red-Headed Stranger, Willie Nelson arrived in our living rooms, a singular presence in the story of American music, and we were all better for it. Here now to perform Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain, please welcome our hosts, John C. Reilly and Margot Price.
In the twilight glow, I see her. Blue eyes crying in the rain. As we kissed goodbye and parted, I knew we'd never meet again. Love is like a dying ember. Only memories remain. Through the ages I'll remember. Blue eyes crying in the rain. David Garza. Now my hair has turned to silver. All my life I've loved in vain. I can see her star in heaven.
remember when I do a suit change not to bring the exact same color. The effect is lost. I just want to say, about this this gathering, just a few things that I saw today. One was a remarkable panel on song or poem. What are the distinctions between them? What is the relationship between them? It was with my friend, the poet Paul Muldoon. The poet Joy Harjo was there, Roseanne Cash, Mary Gaucher. It was an amazing gathering of people talking about this distinction. And I think at the end of the day, the great answer, is there a difference between a poem and a song? No one could answer it. But what we realized was the question needs to be asked. It's a productive question with no answer. And the Americana Music Association is the place where this kind of shit goes down. And that's why I come back every year. I also saw a man named Chuck Prophet talk about his career. And in fact, I was the one asking him questions. But if you don't know Chuck, there's a man who within him contains multitudes of American music. And now to business. They said, we're going to need you to add a little time while we set up mics. So that was my impromptu act. Back to business. I want to introduce two artists who have their own way with the kind of austerity and beauty I was talking about in relation to Willie Nelson. And they have brought it out at every stage of the creation that they've been involved in, the songwriting, the record making, the performance. Their latest album, Woodland, is named for the studio here in Nashville, where they both preserved and built on sturdy musical tradition. Woodland won the Best Folk Award album, Best Folk Album Award at this year's Grammys, which is a good thing to know in case you worry about justice being served in Los Angeles. Tonight, Woodland is nominated for the Album of the Year, and these remarkable folks are nominated for Duo or Group of the Year. Please welcome back to the Ryman stage, Gillian Welch and Dave Rawlings.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Tell me, what did the blackbird say to the crow? Dry your eyes, don't you cry, ain't gonna rain no more. Men on the levee, dry weed in the field. Pretty soon you hear the tune of the threshing wheel. Tell me, what did the moonlight ask the willow tree? And tell me, who is more blue? Is it you or me? We've been together since I don't know when, and the best parts of one starts and the other. the song. The devil he's blowing reveille. We ain't got long. Let's play the spider, bit the baby up. Last time, last round, one more for the road. One more for the road. You and me always gonna be hiding, hiding. You and me always walk that lonesome valley.
Hello out there, I'm Chuck Prophet.
Hi, Chuck. And hi, everyone. I'm Tiff Merritt, and I'm so glad to be here.
Well, Tiff, I think you have a pretty good idea how this goes, right? We banter back and forth for a minute, we roll off some names, and then maybe there's a joke or two. So I thought I would leave that up to you.
Chuck, you look great. But you know, I'm not very good at jokes. Oh my God, the teleprompter just made me be mean and said I wasn't funny.
Well, what else could we do to kill time?
Well, we could tell this fine-looking audience about the difference between a duo and a group, but I think they got it.
All right, they got it. That's what the script's for.
Yeah. Don't worry, we totally know what we're doing. We've got a script.
So now we're going to announce the nominees for this year's Duo or Group of the Year, and the nominees are Julian Baker and Taurus,
Daws,
Larkin Poe,
the Mavericks,
and Gillian Welch and David Rawlings.
and the winner of the 2025 Duo Group of the Year is Gillian Welch and David Rawlings.
Wow. Thank you so much. It really didn't occur to us that we might win something. We normally lose when we actually attend. So, but we were home and so happy to come down here and play tonight. I want to thank our great managers of 24 years, because I don't think I've ever thanked them before. Cliff Bernstein and Peter Mensch. I want to thank them for their patience. We do tend to take a while between albums. And I want to thank our engineer, Matt Andrews, who couldn't be here tonight.
He's great. And I want to thank Paul Cowart for playing all year with us. Yeah. And mostly, I'm just so proud to be a part of this music community. You know, as we travel around this year, it's just never been clear to me that how much the music matters. I think it matters more now than ever. So.
I won't say too much, but to say that this whole year we should also thank Pete Orwin and Glenn Chauncey and the folks, LT, Laura Taylor, and the folks at Oconee Records and everybody who helped us go out on the road and do the shows and kind of, I mean, we were just so grateful that people came out and hadn't forgotten about us after all this time. And so thank you all more than anything, and we'll see you around.
Hello, I'm Luther Dickinson.
And I'm Kelsey Walden.
Whether we like it or not, success for us musicians comes down to the numbers. How many streams, how many followers, how many tickets sold. But our art is so much more than that.
That's right. It's heartbreak and hope, drama and doldrums, singing out even when it feels like no one is listening. This is not just for us, but for all of those who need to hear us. We try to let them know and to remind ourselves that we're not alone.
That connection is what makes all art a truly human endeavor.
Tonight, we have been celebrating all the humans who pour their heart into their music, whether it's for an arena full of people or just a few friends. That kind of success can't be measured.
Our next award honors an artist who embodies the true heart of Americana through their music. Here are the nominees for Artist of the Year.
Charlie Crockett.
Sierra Farrell.
Joy Lodokin.
Billy Strings.
And Waxahachie.
Yes! And the 2025 Americana Artist of the Year is...
He told me he was going to open this, but we're opening it now. Sierra Farrell.
Sierra is out on tour and was unable to join us this evening. We accept this award on her behalf. Thank you.
Sarah, come get your world, girl.
All right. Sorry, I was texting Sierra Farrell. I'm not kidding, again. So I love it when people step out of their lane, because then it doesn't look so weird when I do it. 30 years ago, one of Americana's most beloved artists, then and now, put out an album that made everyone stop and take notice. With Wrecking Ball, Emmylou Harris smashed expectations. She's knocked down any notion that her talent could be constrained. And working with producer Daniel Lanois, Emmylou gathered an eclectic mix of songs and wove them through with sounds she'd never tried before. It was a risk, and it worked. Chalk that up to the trust between artist and producer. Emmylou didn't pigeonhole Daniel just because he'd recently produced some of the biggest rock albums of the 80s, including The Joshua Tree and So. Yeah. And Daniel didn't imagine any limits for Emmylou just because her success in folk and country to that point. What Wrecking Ball teaches us is that it's never too late to try something new. And if someone tries to build a wall around you, the best thing to do is to smash right through it. You know, a friend of mine once told me, nothing is sexier than talent. So here to play one of the many brilliant songs from Wrecking Ball, please welcome two of tonight's sexiest artists, Emmylou Harris and Daniel Lanois.
sweet waterfall. No, nothing can go wrong, my sweet waterfall.
I cannot believe I just saw that. Wow, that was out otherworldly. Hey, I'm Brandy Carlisle. Hello. I am thrilled to be here to present the last award of the evening, Album of the Year. And I'm an album girl. I love me an album. I'd like you to think for just a minute about your favorite album, like Wrecking Ball. Yeah, or I'm not a monster, I won't force you to pick just one. But think about how you feel when you hear your favorite album, cover to cover. Think about what that album has meant to you and how that meaning has maybe changed a little over time as you've grown or changed. And that's the power of the evolution of an album. An album is a collection of songs that places an artist within a moment in time, but it's more than that. It's a letter from one heart to another, to all others actually. It's a statement from the artist that says, I was here and so were you. And I think that's really amazing. And tonight, we're gonna honor the Americana album that spoke most powerfully this year. This is an understatement. It is an incredible slate of nominees this year, and no one voting in this category has had an easy choice. And here are the nominees for the 2025 Album of the Year. Lonesome Drifter by Charlie Crockett, produced by Charlie Crockett and my brother Shooter Jennings. Such a good record. Foxes in the Snow by Jason Isbell, produced by Jason Isbell and Gina Johnson. Manning Fireworks by MJ Lenderman, produced by Alex Farrar and MJ Lenderman. South of Here by Nathaniel Rateliff and the Night Sweats, produced by Brad Cook. And Woodland by Gillian Welch and David Rawlings, produced by David Rawlings. And the 2025 Americana Album of the Year is Nathaniel Rateliff and the Night Sweats, produced by Brad Cook. Congratulations, honey, come on. You gonna leave these things here for you?
Wow, thank you. I've never won an award all these years and seldomly get nominated, so this is a surprise and a blessing. And I don't even have my band here with me. That's how much I didn't think we were going to win, so we are going to go meet them to start tour tomorrow, which is something we've done consistently for the past 10 years. And so I want to thank them, even though they're not here, for being my love and support on the road, and my family, for our fantastic crew, for also being the boots on the ground with us and being in the trenches for all these years to continue every night to try to bring something honest to all of you that come to see us, and we appreciate your love and support. And it's a blessing to be a part of this community. There's so many great records that were in this nomination, in this category. And yeah, I don't see this as a competition, but as a group of us as friends and family continuing to do the work and allowing ourselves to be vulnerable in front of you all and create an opportunity to share human experience together in the hopes that we all might leave here changed together. So I didn't prepare anything, so I'll probably forget a lot, but I just want to say this record started in Brad Cook's back room at his house as a way to help me sort through a bunch of ideas, and then that sorting through those ideas also turned into sorting through my life and situations I had been dealing with substance abuse and alcoholism for years. And thank you, Brad, for being there. And yeah, so this record was really a look at a journey from where we've started and looking back at your past to see where we are now. And everyone in my life has helped me along on that journey, and I am so grateful to you all. My fantastic fiance, Taylor McFadden, my rock, thank you so much. Dave Rowan, I love you. Mike McCoy, thank you. Concord Music Group, thank you so much. Stax Records. Concord has been a supporter since the beginning. I first started my career on Rounder, and I've never been asked to share what I've been working on, and that's been a real blessing. And I've had the opportunity to carve out a space for myself and for my band. And I encourage you all, as musicians, to continue to create what feels best to you in your heart, and continue to examine your own feelings and observe the love you feel and the loss you feel, and bring it to the audiences that are here to share their hearts and their feelings with you. Thank you so much. I love you.
Sorry, you must have really missed me. So I texted Sierra Farrell. Well, first of all, congratulations to Nathaniel. Yeah. I know what it feels like to wait a long time to get acknowledged, so congratulations, brother. So I did text Sierra Farrell, and I said, you want me to say anything to the folks? And she said, okay. Tell everyone I'm so thankful for the love. God, Jesus got me here. Thankful for the gifts to sing for everyone. I'll never stop. That's from my little sister, Sierra Farrell. I recorded that for her, by the way. All right, your butts are getting tired. I get it. Folks, we're just about at the end of our time together here in country music's mother church. If this award show caps off a year in Americana land, then I'm about to send you off into a new year. So happy Americana New Year. It's kind of like the school year a little bit. What better way to start things off than by taking in as much as you can during this Americana Fest week. There are amazing shows all over town. Check the Americana Fest app, grab some best friends, and make your plans. Thanks to everyone out there making music and supporting music. We need you more than ever. Never be afraid to lift your voice, and never underestimate the power of singing together, no matter the key. And I was saying about being a force of good in the world. It doesn't have to be like world-saving things that you do. It can be something as simple as when you're going to make a right turn at a red light, and there's a pedestrian coming across the crosswalk, and you know you can make it, but you wait for them to cross, and then you go. It sounds silly, but you know what? That spreads love in the world. It really does. Remembering somebody's birthday and reaching out. It can be simple little things, but that's what makes our world kinder. So please keep doing it. Here now, to close out things for us on the Ryman stage tonight, is someone we can all sing along to for sure. He's recently released a new album, Legacy, with his sons. And that's just one way his music has spanned generations. He's reclaimed the rights to his music. Fucking A, John. And he's here to share some of it with us now. Friends, please welcome John Fogerty. Where is he?
So much. I'd like to introduce my two boys up here. This is Tyler, my son, and also Shane, my son. Just got home from Illinois, like from the whole boy. Got to sit down, take a rest on the porch. Imagination sets in, pretty soon I'm swinging. Looking out my back door. There's giants doing cartwheels, got you wearing high heels. Look at all the happy creatures dancing on the lawn. Controller, yeah, listening to Buffalo winds. Looking out my back door. Well, tambourines and elephants are playing in the band. Won't you take a ride on a flying spoon? Hey, wondrous apparition provided by magician. Looking out my back door. sorrow. Looking out my back door.
Half a second pause here. Somebody's going to invite some folks to come up and join us. So. Job in the city, he working for the man every night and day, and I never lost minute of sleeping, worried about the way things might have been. Big wheel keep on turning, I'll never keep on burning, rolling, rolling, rolling on a river. You come down to the river, well, bet you're gonna find some people who live. Well, you don't have to worry, 'cause you have no money. People on the river have been to give. They will keep on turning, I'll never keep on burning. Rolling, rolling, rolling on the river. Say rolling. And musicians. God bless you all.
In Nashville, there's more ways to cover a classic.
More ways to savor a high note. More ways to mix things up.
More ways to move your soul.
So how will you play in Music City?